Hello, today we are looking at Free Sounds. This is a website I wished I found at the beginning of my career. I found it much later, and there are so many things I could have applied this to. For one, you can create your own sampled instruments from these sounds. They may not be the best, and they're quite quirky, which has its advantages. And 100% you can create some really cool percussion instruments. Tuned percussion, not so much, but it's worth diving into it just to get a feel for sampling, and the quick sampler in Logic will demonstrate towards the end. But it's also great for sound design, for transitions. I use this a lot. I've used it recently in my broadcast job. I was creating a little transition for them. I started using sounds here alongside some of my own recordings. You do have to be careful because some of them are not free for use in professional projects. So you do have to check the copyright, but we'll go into all of that. So firstly, what website am I talking about? The website is freesound.org. That's what you got to type in. You can see up there, hopefully, free sound, type it in. It is such a great website. And I know it looks a bit quirky and not the best, but I'm not going to lie, it's free. You have to make an account, but they don't spam you with anything. I don't think I've received a single email from them except when I registered. And it's a really great community because it's all community based. Like Piano Book, where you can get free sample libraries, Free Sound is where you can get free sounds, which is really, really cool. So how do we use it? First off, let's just think of a sound that I might use. Transition sweeps I use a lot, and get off here. So if I just type in transition, you can see I've already recently searched that. And voila, transition searches. Now, what's really nice, you can see right here on the side, you can see the licenses. So where you have Creative Commons, sampling, attribution, and non-commercial attribution. I always click Creative Commons simply because you can use it in commercial projects. And voila. And if you want to just test it, you can press the little play button on the side. So you don't have to just click on it to test it first. You can see people review them. There's comments, and you can kind of pick what sound you sort of want. You can also, as you can see on the side, click what type, the sample rate, the bit rate, how many channels. There are packs as well, and specific users. It's such a user-friendly website. I absolutely love it. And when you want to download something, simply click on it. You can, of course, preview it better in there, see the comments, and then press download there. But we're not going to download this one. We're going to download something we can create into a sample. So let's go in here. I'm going to type in keyboard, and I'm going to see what we got here. Let's just go single click keyboard typing numbers. Let's go for that. Have a quick preview, see what we're going to get. Bit noisy, but that's easy to clean up. Let's pause that. I'm going to download that. So when you download it, you'll get something along the lines of that, your WAV file with some weird numbers and the name. I always go in and rename it to, this one is specifically keyboard typing. Probably spelled incorrectly. And so now how do we turn this into a sample really quickly and really easily, specifically a percussion instrument for these sort of things? So what I'm going to do is get that sound. I'm now going to drag it onto the edge of Logic. You can see drag audio files here to create instrument tracks. I'm just going to drop it into the quick sample original. Let it do its magic, and then voila, right here you have your sample. We're going to go specifically for the splice. It automatically slices up all the sounds, so wherever I hit on the keyboard it will play a different sound. And voila, you have a sampled instrument. A percussion instrument which you can use in your track and do many quirky things with. There is other options like classic and one shot, which we will use for a different sample, because really with this, I guess if you want that sort of sound effect, great. But with this sort of thing, I stick with splice. You can pitch it down if you want. Different ways of doing that. Sort out your envelope as well to cut it off a bit better. But generally, I'm not going to lie, for something we just downloaded and dropped into Logic, you could have a lot of fun with that. Let's go back into free sounds. So what if I want something maybe a bit more pitchy? Let's go with a marimba sample. Marimba C7. Okay, let's have a quick listen. That's okay. Maybe want something a bit better than that. Oh, that's nice. Wine glass tinkles. F high. Oh, there we go. Let's go for something like this. We're going to download it. Let's go back into Logic. Here is our new sound. We can see it's up here. I'm going to quickly rename it to marimba, or I'm just going to put marim. F, because we know it's an F, he said. High. F high 1. Okay. Let's now drag that sample and drop it in. We're going to go for quick sample. So now we can see here is the sound. The original one sounds like this. And we can see here the root key is C3, but we want to change that probably to F4. Let's try that. Yep, that is F4. I got that right. Kind of surprised. So classic, one shot. We're going to go with classic this time. And now watch what happens if I press other notes on the keyboard. You have your own sampled instrument. Yes, there's no round robins, there's no dynamic layers, but you do have the fact it's a velocity sensitive. And we did that in what, a couple minutes? So you can really easily create some really cool sounds. And if I'm honest, let's just add a reverb and see what we can do with that. Let's use a free reverb. Go with Chromeverb, why not? And there's a factory default. We got our sample right there. Let's try and squeeze this all into one screen. And let's just see how it sounds now. I want something a bit nicer. Maybe a bit more dreamy. And then let's start messing with our EQ. The screen's filling up very quickly. I want... So very quickly, you can create some really cool and original sounds. And if you right click, you can even create an auto loop. So now if I hold it down, it's not the best, I know, but with certain sounds you can do something a little bit better. Maybe if we stretch that a little bit and go for something maybe like that. Get rid of the sounds. And maybe just try and perfect it a little bit more. Maybe just stick it on one of those. Something like that. How cool is that? Seriously, a free sound which we downloaded, which is literally a single sample. So you're looking at, how big was that file? 1 megabyte, 198 kilobytes. And from that sample, using Logic and the Quick Sampler, a sample we didn't even record, we have created that sample instrument. That's how easy it is, and that's how fun it is, because we've created something original. We've created something unique, something that maybe no one else has, and that you've done. And layering that up with other stuff and paid stuff and free stuff, you can create some really cool things. Maybe even try challenging yourself to create a track just using free sounds and sampling them and seeing what you can do with them, because it's surprising what you can get from a file that's not even 1 megabyte. But I hope this video has helped. We're going to leave it there. Check out Free Sounds. This was specifically the sound I used, the small bamboo marimba FH High 1. He's actually created multiple samples of this as well. You can see that, and this is Creative Commons, so it's free to use. So you can actually make an even more complicated sound, but something very simple that anybody can do. This is a great resource and a great place to go for all your free sounds. Got to make an account, great place. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.